Hi, we're going to talk about bridges, and we will make our own bridge prints using a kind of printmaking called collagraph. So take a look at this picture for 1 silent minute. Write down everything that you see. That print was made by a local artist called Megan Ross. She has done prints about all of the bridges in Portland. You might see some bridges here that you recognize. Printmaking means that you are making some kind of plate or printing a printable object, and then you're putting ink on it, and then you are pressing it down onto something like paper or even a t-shirt. We see a man up here lifting the paper off of a printing plate that he made. This is now a poster that he can print many times. This is a t-shirt that has white ink printed down onto it. And prints are always available for sale, for art for the home. So you've been talking about bridges. Bridges are so important to us here in Portland because we have a big river right in the middle of our city. You've seen many bridges if you've been spending any time in Portland, and they're important because they are built to last. They have to be strong and safe, and they can't let anything fall down into the water or the deep cliff below. This is an example of a poorly engineered bridge, and the motorist on top would not survive this fall. With one extra support here in the middle, this bridge is much better engineered. There are lots of ways to add nice, strong support to a bridge. When you're looking at bridges, there are names for these parts, but you know that when you see these shapes and lines under a bridge, it is adding strength. Here's an experiment where you can use 2 different kinds of supports under a bridge to see which one is stronger under weight. There is also something really beautiful about the shapes used in bridges, and we'll be looking at that today for our art. So there are 7 main kinds of bridges. How many can you name? Here's the list: girder, truss, arch, cantilever, suspension, cable stayed, and movable. So, if we know girder bridges are made of beams called girders whose ends simply rest on piers, many highway bridges are girder bridges. Which one of these do you think is a girder bridge? You're right, it's the bottom. This is just a simple girder bridge. The next one we'll try to identify is a truss bridge. It's a framework. Parts of the trusses are arranged in the form of triangles, and they're usually built over tall areas. Which one of these is a truss bridge? It's this top one here. You can see the triangles just below the surface of the road. The next one is an arch bridge. If you know what an arch is, you'll probably spot one right away. It's one of the oldest kinds of bridges. It's the second one down here. And that leaves the last one as a cantilever bridge. Think of cantilever as kind of 2 sides of something balancing each other out. On this third one down, you can see that there are supports above and below the bridge, kind of balancing one another out. They're joined together above the middle of the bridge. So we will be making our own collagraph plate to later print our own t-shirts and prints, paper prints. So today we're going to design a bridge. You'll be drawing a bridge in your journal. You can add any details you think would make a strong, realistic, but beautiful bridge. Then we'll be building our plate, gluing pieces of foam onto cardboard. You can see right here it starts to get fun with a brayer and ink, getting ready to print our plate. And here's an example of a plate. Bridges are just some of the most important things that human beings have built. They are landmarks. They stand tall. They give us a way to move back and forth. They're beautiful. And they're also very important to our commerce and our industries and to our safety. This is London Bridge. Remember, when you design a bridge, you will be designing it from a profile so that we can see all the details. Have fun!